Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlos here, and this is how to use Magcargo. So Magcargo is a Pokemon that has really timid stats, and what I mean by that is it feels like Game Freak wasn't willing to make a huge push to give it some really absurd stats. That 120 on defense is great. 80 on special defense, that means we have a tanky Pokemon in the works, but 50 on the hit points is going to take away from that a lot. 80 on the special attack isn't going to make you a huge special attacker, so we can see why this Pokemon really hasn't gotten too much use. It's kind of fallen to the wayside because it just doesn't have the monstrous base stats that a Pokemon can just run away with, or at least anything to really run away with. So yet again, a Pokemon that is somewhat missing a little bit of identity, and it could have taken it a long way. So looking at its typing, it's a Fire Rock type. It's a weird type to have to deal with because we just have extra weakness for really no reason. 4 times weakness to ground, not good. 4 times weakness to water, not good. And a fighting weakness on top of that. If it was a pure fire typing, it would just be doing a lot better because rock is really only going to add for stab. And if you're a tank, you're not really looking to make a huge stab outplay with a rock type move. So we're only getting punished on that. We do have a lot of resistances though, but at the same time, that's some common weakness right there with the ground and water. So it is going to be kind of hard to get around. Hopping into Pokemon Showdown, Magcargo is going to be a very interesting Pokemon to talk about. First off, it's just a lesser Torkoal, in my opinion. That 10 points less on the special defense is what Torkoal has, but that has more hit points, more defense, more attack, more special attack. It just has that superiority, and it doesn't have any 4 times weakness for being a pure fire typing. Now, the only place where it does fall behind is the ability. Magcargo has Flame Body. This could make Magcargo very interesting because when you're looking at it, 30% chance to burn a Pokemon making contact. Well, now you have a Pokemon that could potentially be the ultimate physical wall, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But right now, I can also see why maybe Magcargo doesn't have stupid stats. What if it had 80 base hit points and access to stockpile with all this? Now it has an opportunity to be very terrifying, that if you bring Magcargo in against a Pokemon that it resists really well, you do have a lot of resistances, so one of your Pokemon faints, you go, haha, time to bring in Magcargo, that's a free stockpile. If they don't respect it and they try to attack you, that's a potential 2 free stockpiles, because if you heavy resist them, they're going to have to switch out at some point since you can just outstall them, and you might be able to get free setup from there. After that, Lava Plume just adds 30% chance to burn Pokemon, Toxic, pretty much you want Toxic everything, or except for physical Pokemon or Pokemon that can't be toxic, and then you burn them instead. Outstall them with Recover into your stockpile. Leftovers is going to help, and this could be pretty good. As for the spread, I think that the basic way to run Magcargo, Bold Nature, that way you're getting that defensive boost, gives you the most bang for your buck on stats, and it's going to make you as tanky as possible. I will also note that this Pokemon has Curse Amnesia. It's its own gimmick. You run Curse Amnesia with Rest Chesto, you get super tanky, you have 1 offensive move so you can get walled out, but that's what we're dealing with. However, Flame Body does make it a bit more unique. That with this, we're going to be able to burn and add status while being able to carry a different move. Stab Rock Slide is okay, and then we can at least get some damage. I mean, you get to +4, +5 on Curse. That Rock Slide is going to hurt even though you have a very low attack. So over time, you're just going to be doing more damage than your opponent is doing to you. And that's kind of the main idea to this, and you just go for that long game while being unstoppably tanky, unless you get hit by ground and water. Here's the problem with Magcargo. You can't invest into heavy setup as much because you have 4 times weakness. It doesn't matter if you're at +6 on the Curse or Amnesia, it's still going to hurt a lot, and it's going to be very difficult to play around. So maybe invest into Ice types on your team, or something that at least handles those weaknesses a little better. And if you can maybe remove those threats, then Magcargo can come in for the late game. Also, I was thinking about just ultimate setup Magcargo, that much like Torkoal, you have Will-O-Wisp, you have Clear Smog, you have Stealth Rock, except you also have Recover. This is where you do also have another thing on top of Torkoal, is with the Recover, you have some really strong sustain that you can play around with. So the idea is, set up Stealth Rock, trade like some kind of setup with them. If they're going for Swords Dance, use Clear Smog. If they're going for like anything setup-y for their personal stats, you can Clear Smog it away. So you're still benefiting pretty well. Will-O-Wisp physical Pokemon, and then you can Recover. So at least Magcargo has a good chance of at least getting a setup, and then also burning or weakening Pokemon, and if it does it properly, then that means it's at least gotten an effective use. That if Magcargo just comes in, burns a very strong Pokemon, sets up a Stealth Rocks before getting knocked out, can be argued that that Pokemon has made enough impact for your team by weakening one Pokemon and giving the rest of your team Stealth Rock set up. So it's potentially good in this regard, and Recover is just going to make that more reliable. Also, I do want to point out that you can maybe just forego any special defense and make Magcargo the ultimate physical stopper. that with this you have Flame Body, you have Will-O-Wisp, maybe even take out Clear Smog, or take out Stealth Rocks, and go for that Lava Plume. Now here's how I see it. Magcargo, you just switch it in on any physical Pokemon, you try to get that Flame Body proc, you use Will-O-Wisp, you use Lava Plume, you do whatever it takes to burn every single physical Pokemon on your opponent's team. That if you pair this with another special defensive Pokemon, I think Vaporeon could work out very well. That if a water attack is coming, Vaporeon can benefit from it greatly. Also, it's a huge special defense tank. So if there's a special attack that you don't want to deal with, go into Vaporeon. It can Wish Cleric for your team, and then Magcargo, whenever there's a physical Pokemon, you bring it in, you burn it. And that could just be a silly Magcargo gimmick that could potentially work against a lot of different Pokemon by just being a full defensive tank. Also, I was thinking about Magcargo from an Assault Vest standpoint, that you bring it in, and again, you try to burn as many things as possible. You can still use Clear Smog with Assault Vest, so you can be anti-setup. Use Lava Plume with that Flame Body. High chances of getting burned on your opponent. Earth Power, Ancient Power is going to be some decent coverage. Actually, it's probably really good coverage with everything else. So you can hit a lot of Pokemon really well. Ancient Power is Stab. If you do raise all of your stats, that's going to be very strong, and Ground just provides really good coverage overall, so that's something that Magcargo is capable of as well. With this, I was thinking about mixing it up a bit. 56 points of investment into defense, that we get a little more defense out of this, and because Assault Vest is boosting your special defense, this is going to be very balanced and very strong, so that is something to consider. Also, I do want to talk about Shell Smash Magcargo. No, just don't do it. There's like no way, because its speed is so low. Even if you're doubling your speed on Shell Smash, 159 doubled. You're not even making it to 320 speed. Don't Shell Smash your Magcargo. Do some of these cool tanky ideas. Like, as the ultimate physical burner, has potential. So let's keep that in mind. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That is how you use Magcargo. It's a crazy potential physical burner Pokemon that might be overlooked. I want to see if people can pick up on this Pokemon. If you become a very specialized Magcargo player, you get the right team base around it, might work out. If you are successful, submit that for Fan Fridays. You will have a very high chance of getting featured. I will tell you this now. I have hopes for Magcargo. It's on that edge. Maybe it could have some usage. I don't know. So if you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a nice day.